So Jareem first up over for the team one, barraging down Yatsuki immediately. At least that's what I'm gonna call him here. By the way, I like this little like the slow, the fear, the interrupt, the stun, the little icons that are like appear around the character depending on the crack actually you hit by. I feel like those updates are very noticeable, especially the slow, right? That little like arcane thing kind of tying up around the feet or whatever. I think it looks cool. Also the interrupt, I think it's really crisp. You can tell when somebody gets interrupted. It's really nice. Jareem got himself full altar, able to avoid Yatsuki out in the open, dropping down the banner, gives him just a little bit more health. I don't really know, what is that, a Battle Master Trinket or something? Might have been a Battle Master Trinket. And Jareem just running circles around the guy, dropping down Ring of Fire, where Yatsuki can only approach him from one angle, does land the Stormbolt, but he's nowhere near to be able to get himself a proper go. Knockback doesn't send him flying, but I think it looks like he's just going to be hanging back until he has himself a better go. If he can land an interrupt onto Jareem, that'd be huge. Blaze Storm trying to figure out whether he takes the Blaze Storm towards the mage or turns it around, retreats, backups, reverses back towards the pillar, lands himself a little bit of line of sight, still takes a full touch to the Magi. As long as he doesn't let Jareem build it up, he might be okay. Jareem's still just able to constantly slow the guy down. Ring of Fire on one side, Jareem approaching from the other, trying to avoid the fire as best as possible. And Jareem, I think, had himself a perfect situation. I think Atsuki is just trying to wait out for second wind. There it is, finally kicking in. Stormbolt to Jareem, immediate blink, breath to follow. I think you're just gonna have to exert some patience here with the mage. He's gonna breath you. He's gonna poly. He's always gonna get himself a proper setup on you. You just gotta be able to respond. Does have himself a reflect. Does not let Jareem reflect the neutral back at himself. And Yatsuki does still trying to catch up to the guy. Sharper Blades available. Jareem got himself another reversal. Yatsuki does not have any ways to close that gap. Just gonna blast it out into smithereens. Massive burst with a barrage. Ring of Fire. He has nowhere to go. He's burning. He's got arcane energy pulsing all around him. Blink available for Jareem with yet another barrage. Got himself a reflect last second. That's a full Evo. Yatsuki, I don't know if you can catch up with a little bit of healing, man. You're not in a great spot. Does burn a Warlock house and has a Warlock over on their team with Kai. So he might be a little bit okay here for a moment, but just still in danger zone completely. He does have a fear. If you can just stay away from Jareem, second wind can kick in. Fear. Second wind? Second wind. Is there a dot on you or something? He's got to have a dot on you or something. Or it's the, it might be the familiar. You see that little raven that's around Jareem? I think those things used to be able to hit the walls. The familiars, the Archimage familiars. I wonder if it's still trying to. And I wonder if that act of it trying to, Yatsuki's health bar probably still react to it. Because that used to be a thing. Just mage familiars would just hit to the wall. And warriors will not be able to heal with second wind. I don't think it actually is hitting the wall because I'm not seeing any kind of like arcane blast. The leap as it gets turned into a bonobo, trying to see if he can back up, but as it finally escaping Jareem for just a second, but then a full array of barrages. Just a full cascade of them. Still hits him behind the pillar as Yatsuki is just not in a great spot, even though he finally recovered a little bit. Like as soon as he approaches Jareem, the amount of mobility he's got is a lot. There goes another blink. You have a leap, place him to counter the poly, but can you close the gap? The Jareem got so much mobility with an evocation. He's setting up for even more burst, poly to follow. Arcane Surge right after. And he's not playing the Phoenix, is he? Sky Fury. He's playing the full on, what is it? The Spellslinger, isn't he? Look at that damage from that pet too. You see the big arcane flurry when you pop burst? That thing is amped up too. It just does a lot of damage. So breath to follow onto Yatsuki, just end up picking up a little bit of health from one of those images. Able to get on top of Jareem for a second with the reflect, sharp blade to follow him. He needs to get himself a proper go with the demolish at some point. I don't know if he's ever going to be able to get a proper lockdown on Jareem. I think at some point he's just going to have to press the demolish button. If he gets a root on the guy, he might just have to press it. And he got altar. So you definitely don't want to have a go. He's able to get a bit of damage to Jareem though. Hold on a second. If he can just get himself a good angle. Hold on a moment. If he can just get himself a good angle. He gotta get a blink out of Jareem. Then go for a full stun. Pressure him with a demolish. Jareem's probably gonna use a trinket there. But I think that might give you a proper chance to fear, but it still hits him with a barrage trinket at Jareem. So you won't have anything here. As long as Jareem blinks something, you might be able to stormbolt him. Leap it away, but it doesn't matter. The full touch of the Magi shatter. Not much you can do in that department, though. That is so rough with Nasmerska. Charging out immediate sap onto Jareem. Hits him with a Garrote, full dots before even breaking the sap, cheap shot to follow, ice block out of Jareem as the shift comes through. The rogue did not commit any King's Banes or any death marks, so he might be okay, but without having any dots on Jareem, you gotta have reset everything back up again. Does get rooted for a moment with a poly to follow, and now you're in Jareem's court. Able to get a few dots on Jareem though. Hold on a second. Able to get a bit of damage. Is Jareem just gonna go for all out go? He can potentially. Blink available here. Altar is also available, and Nesbershka knows he wants to not step too far away from that altar. Cheap shot on Jareem. Does himself a blink by the looks of it. Into a full death mark. Jareem does not have a block this time. I think it's over for Jareem. I think it's over unless he can somehow live it. Yeah, without a block, yeah, it's only a matter of time. Rogues will melt a mage if you don't have a block. Into a Cloak of Shadows, so make sure to dodge the full barrage of blizzards. Back-to-back blizzards by Young too. And then you get double blizzards there for a moment. What was that? How does this person get caught out? I guess he still had a dot from something. Breath by Young with a full stun. Blind. And Young does not have a blind. Does not have a trinket for this one. Trinket is something really aggressively. All right. Can anybody sign up? Yes, Chris. Everybody watching here right now are all voluntarily setting up to have some fun in the dueling arena for someone who wants. Look at this Meroska doing the whole, as a rogue, you can actually sap a target and then put your bleeds before that sap breaks. If you turn 75-degree angle to the left or to the right, so you're not auto attacking them, the auto attack is what breaks the sap or the bleed damage, but Garrote doesn't instantly tick with bleed. That application of Garrote doesn't apply bleed, so you can Garrote, rupture, cheap shot, and you keep them CC'd for those 3 seconds. And is still able to bleach you to death. Oh, the rogue had himself a fantastic go, but the Young Jay just was able to pile drive a bunch of lances into him back to back with Kai on deck. Up next, got himself a Char Hunt, got himself all the pets. He just needs to keep sending a barrage of pets onto Young and just avoid him for the most part. Reflect in case Young got himself any goes back to him, and that's all you gotta do. Let the pets do work. Let them do work. The Nova by the mage is gonna have to control the pets. Let him control the pets. Chernokai needs to get in there, get himself a Mortal Call, maybe a shot if you're around the corner, support the pets as they have a go, but you don't really need to be there. Fellor down onto Young with a Cold Dreadstalkers as the main pet charges back in. Try to see if he can back away from it. Axe toss. This is a good opportunity for you to get some pets. Handle go down. Huge. Whatever poke damage you can do against Young, and then keep sending more pets, you're going to be fine. He does have himself the Chaos Mother, able to attack Young, doing quite a bit of damage. Big Inferno Bolt, and that forces him into a block. I wonder if Kai got himself the tier set because the Shadow Bolt damage is amped up by like 100% with the tier set. And when you have the Chaos Mother, it amps up the Shadow Bolt to be an Inferno Bolt even better. Big Ruination on the Young connects. This is exactly what you want. You want to be able to get a proc, land it, back up out of there. Axe toss. Young does not have a blink to get out of this one. Kai's out in the open. Reflect. Oh, and does it. Unfortunately, the mage. He wants to see if he can have himself a proper go, but he got nothing else suppressed. He doesn't have a block, so he's just gonna go all aggression. Pop a reflect, not let those hits hit you at all. Plus, gonna be up next versus Kai. That is a lot of demons surrounding the guy. His guy's a wall. He's walking towards an eye. He does have the Felguard nearby. Why am I rhyming so much on this right now? Kidney Shot does go for the secret, Shadowy Duel. Does make it weird for the pets. Pets cannot really attack Plush in the same way. They can't really access him as effectively. More to call off of that trinket for you to follow. Land full control on the rogue. That's what you need. And the rogue actually walking and picking up the eye, which is unfortunate. Want to be able to vanish out as easily. I think he has to cloak it or something, right? Cloak is out. Or maybe he just can't vanish for a while. That actually is not great for the rogue at all. Blinded to Kai, trying to see if he can buy himself some time, but he's just got himself all these pets. He's trying to outrun him as best as he can. You are still able to hit the rogue here and there as long as he's not playing. I was about to say, as long as you're playing Soul Harvester, then you should be able to get some dots onto the rogue here and there, but he is not playing Soul Harvester. He's playing for Diablo, so no dot-based gameplay for this man. Unless he can get like, unless some of his pets can put up a dot on the guy, but I don't think he can. Normally the Gloomstalker would be the guy to be able to do so. Vonua Duels Day, baby. What's up, ZBF? Yeah, dude. Yeah. Look at Kai doing his numbers, man. Look at Kai doing work. And he doesn't have eyes available on either side, does he? No. Yeah, so it's really up to the rogue whenever he wants to open up. Doesn't have Shadowy Duel here. He's going to sap the main pet, but eventually that is going to break him out of a sap. Axe doesn't stop the rogue. More to call for Kai most likely, right? Does drop down the Fellor. It gives him an opportunity to get a more pets in. Second stun, another knockdown. He does have advantage. That is a full tyrant, but the cooldowns for Kai for offensive is so short. it's actually perfectly fine for him to trade a Vanish together with all those CDs, because you gotta get him back up very, very quickly. I should be coming back up and available soon for Kai to at least be able to get some information on where the rogue is. That also can just allow his pets to just attack the rogue instantly, put him out of stealth, and deny him a proper opener. Kai does need to be unmounted though. If he wants to have his full effectiveness of pets, you don't want to be dismounted. Otherwise, when you're mounted, your pets are kind of pacified a little. Sap on your main pet, Shadow Strike, try to go, I think, for a setup. The pet is eventually going to be able to break out of the stun. Wall Auto for Kai, that is a pretty big defensive. Charhound is up and about, Mortical to follow. Got himself Dreadstalkers, plus does have more Vanish. But if you catch him in a fear, let the pets do work. Got some hand to go down. A couple barks, Vanish, eyes are available on either side, and Kai is immediately going for those eyeballs. If he can just get the rogue out in the open, his pets should know exactly where he's at. Target the rogue, send your pets, they're going exactly where he's at. You see him, you slow him exactly was what you needed. As he's trying to see if he can shut us up, get the shot, shadowy duel, trinket out of Kai. He's gonna go for a port, getting away from Plush as fast as possible. The pet should be able to stun the rogue. He still has eyes on him. Getting a shot, or rather axe toss to follow. Fear, the rogue has no outs. He has an evasion, so might be able to deal with the pets by dodging their attacks, but that's a lot of damage getting blundered at you from around the corner. Just did not. Once the Chaos Mother got a charge on you with a channel, it was done. My God. That was all those demons set up for a while. Full stun onto Kai with all the pets getting frozen and then stunned up. Full burst ready to go. Everything is up for Kai. Not a great spot to be in. Needs to back up out of there, and Triple Poly getting super aggro. 62% dampening. You're not going to be able to get a lot of healing trinket as you got a couple more lances. Full explosion. Oh, that living bomb explosion is beautiful looking. Nina, a bit of a rematch with Triple Poly. Is Triple Poly going to be able to bring back a triple again? Because last time we played, he got a triple, baby. He got a proper triple there too. As Nina trying to see if he could rip him from behind the wall with a static totem lasso to keep him in place. Big ascent to follow, getting those procs that he needs. And is trying to see if you keep that pressure with those lava bursts in. Does get those early blasts from the ancestors flying through the walls too, which is not a great feeling for Triple Poly. It's just trying to see if he can maybe survive this without having to burn too many ice blocks. If you can save both blocks for Kragar, he'll be in a great spot. Shrink it. Nina got a proper go, getting knocked back for a second, but try to see if he can capitalize on the full primordial. And it's going to be some slows. Looking for a slow to triple, does not quite commit it. Just needs one more go, and Triple able to avoid him completely. I think the primordial has fizzled out by now. So he's not going to have the burst for it. I think he did use an S though. So might be able to get up, yeah, instant cast level burst either way. And Triple Poly having to burn a block here. A 69% dampening. So the healing you're getting is very, very minuscule. You can see Triple Poly's cell barely recovering over there. And Nina hitting him with a full root with earthquake, everything. Trying to go for shifting power. For Triple, he needs to get those cooldowns back so he can have a proper go versus Nina. And maybe if you could save the block for... Wait, Kragar? Why's Kragar attacking him? Why was Kragar punching him? Or did you just right-click him by accident? I'm not even sure. Is Nina getting... Oh, Triple Poly getting locked on her frost. Trying to see if he can stun. Nina does get to full go, but that knockback... What was that knock? Actually created perfect line of sight. Nina dropping down a totem. It is barely protecting you at that point. Dropping down a root totem around the corner. Burrow down. Trying to get line of sight. Big Earth Shock. Is it enough though? Oh, I'm so close. Wait, is Kragar actually trying to execute him? Is Kragar actually trying to execute Triple Poly? What is this? Wait, hold on. Let Nina take the kill. Let Nina get a proper kill. As Pyler's still playing, he's not the last one. There's still one more after the triple. As he goes in for full freeze on Nina, he's gonna have a knock. That's a full go. Do you have enough damage, Triple? Oh, I think he does. Wall. Static totem. Blinks it. Swaps it. Lances. Oh. Oh, but the ancestors do end up slamming him with an alley blast. That was so good. Oh, the cross kill. That is lovely. You gotta love those, man. Kragar, you do have a guy. You do have somebody to duel here, man. He's shooting an aim shot at you. Oh, man. Dropping down the traps immediately as Kragar walks up, but he's right next to the hunter. He doesn't need to worry about the charge trap. It's going to be lots of damage for both of them. Not a lot of healing at 81% damage. So Kragar immediately pop on a defensive. because he knows he needs to play very, very aggressively. Does he have a disarm? Does have a disarm for the burst. That is a proc for Pilers. It is into another charge. Stun right after. Wailing Arrow. That's going to do a lot of damage. Fear. Oh, Kragar. He's not in a great spot right now. Demolish. Try to have a big go. Haymaker. Pilers over here with the turtle. The Kragar just used to get him some good line of sight. Rapid fire is not going to feel great. You do have a leap. Charge to follow. You have a stun. You might need a stun. Oh, the knockback. Stormbolt. Oh, you might need to stun the pet. You might need to stun the pet. Stun the pet, Stormbolt. Oh, that is rough. I don't think he had a Stormbolt backup available. It looked like he did in CDs, but you see, wait, what is this? Why is it a number above Stormbolt? Is that just for the epic? Is that just overlapping? I don't even know, dude. It might have looked like he had a Stormbolt, but the UI, the accuracy of the UI is not consistent, is the best way to put it. All right, let's have Blush make a whole new group band.